We are here to talk about, I had a conversation with someone just recently and it kind of threw me, and it was about someone came up to me and asked, is property really worth investing in Australia? Because I feel like the property bubble is going to burst soon. And then there was this grand debate about how to get rich in Australia, and it was two prominent figures, one startup business who's made millions and millions in business and the other one in property. And the whole debate was, is property the way to get rich in Australia, or is it starting your own business? And the same theme came up of the Australian property bubble is going to burst soon. And so I thought we should unpack today, is that true, Luke?
Now, why does the Australian property market go up? There are so many factors to why Australian real estate's just a very unique asset class in the world of asset classes around the world. Like Australia is such a little isolated island. It's a big island, but there's not a lot of people there really in terms of population. And supply and demand, which is what we're going to talk about today, they just can't get it right. From the federal government through to the states, through to the councils, 3 layers of government in Australia, they can't get it right. The amount of restrictions and regulations they put in place for property developers to be able to actually build, to be able to support the amount of property they need, they can't get it right. And then so that all just leads to prices that keep going up.
As we dive into this supply and demand issue, I hope our listeners can really understand why we don't see this bubble bursting anytime soon, and why really it's an investor's market out there. If you want to build wealth through property, the Australian market is the place to be.
The best thing about real estate, that especially in Australia, is the banks, Mr. and Mrs. Lender, are prepared to give you 80% of your money. Like if you want to buy shares, and we've had Jamie on the podcast, it's all your cash. You've got to have 100,000, $1 million too. It's all got to go in. Your chips are all in. Whereas with real estate, you use the bank's money, use 80% leverage. You only need 20%. And then if you talk to people like us, you actually only need 10% today. And then hopefully through buying in the right location, you make equity. And then you actually don't even need any more because the equity outgrows the second 10%. And what's the fun things that we talk about? But you've got immigration, infrastructure. Government policy is a massive factor as to why a real estate market will go up or down. And Australia as a whole I think it's an amazing place to buy real estate. But they do have ebbs and flows. There are markets that are not going as well as other markets. But if you're an investor out there who's a buy and hold person, you're going to do well long term. You buy the asset, you hold the asset over a period of 10 years of ownership. Generally speaking, those ebbs and flows of government policy and changes in the market, they'll sort of swings and roundabouts, and your property value will go up.